Hey, it is day 20 today. I have come to sit out in the garden, get some fresh air. Apologies for where I'm sat. I just wanted to sit a little bit further away from the front because I know a couple of the other tenants are in with the windows open and I don't really want to disturb them. But yeah, today's journal is titled Frustration. Feeling extremely frustrated today with various things that have kind of happened through the day. Work, a few things popped into my head through the day that have caused me a little bit of frustration, and I'm really struggling to kind of overcome it today. So I've come, I've had my cold shower, been in the gym, done all those things, been for the walk, had a nice dinner, blah blah blah. Just absolutely not feeling it today, and so I've come out to sit in the garden just to hopefully ground myself, see if that works, because I just cannot shake this feeling at the moment. So I think before I go into my quote, I think my learning for today is definitely off the back of this. I think I want to spend some time trying to figure out this frustration, if it's something that I can maybe have more control over. Is there something, like I said, I've tried to do everything to kind of shake this feeling and still haven't, so just want to kind of see if there's something else I can do to shift it, because at the moment I'm just, the more I'm trying, the more frustrated I'm getting, and it just seems to be going around in a spiral. Anyway, quote for today is I quite like this one. It kind of followed on from yesterday's about being me and things like that. Oh, okay, here my Thanks, buddy. I needed some company. I know. So the quote for today is, "It is a credit to your character that you do not understand why people do unkind things. So instead of despairing over and picking apart someone's lack of compassion and consideration towards you, celebrate the fact that yours is abundant enough to never treat people that way." I really liked that quote because, yeah, it's true. I do sometimes question. I think maybe that's, maybe now I've read that quote out loud, that is some of the frustration I've got. Some of the things that have come into my head today is kind of like, oh, why did that person say that? Why did that person do that? Just a few things that have happened, and a few things from my past that have kind of like come into my mind today that I've been quite frustrated with. So yeah, maybe that was quite interesting to read that out loud. This is why I love this journal, and it's really, talking out loud is really seeming to help me kind of like hear some of the things going on in my head. But yeah, I need to try, and I don't like this frustrated feeling, and I think this is again another time where if I had an interaction, like an important interaction with work or with a friend or a colleague or something like that, this is potentially a time when I wouldn't be able to react in the way that is becoming of me. So I really do want to kind of spend some time and think about what is it that's, is there any control I have over this, or how can I kind of like move forward from this feeling? Because like I said, I've done the gym, I worked extra hard at the gym, I went for my walk, I've had a nice dinner, I've had an extra long cold shower, and I just cannot shift this feeling. So what's something I'm happy about today? I'm actually do you know what, actually two things have happened today, and they were pretty monumental, and even that I got kind of frustrated at, that I wasn't as excited and as happy about these things happening, and I think that frustrated me as well, because even though I'm not going to use one of the things that's happened, the fact that I got notified today about that. So basically, I was thinking about, God forbid I should ever lose my job, what could I do, what job could I do that would enable me to take my next step and reach my goals. And one of the things I thought of was being a bus driver. Teaching, learning how to drive a bus until I can get my money together and stuff like that, because I was like, it's going to cost me a couple of £1,000 for a bus and stuff. Anyway, so I looked into it, and surprisingly enough, you only need to have had a license for 6 months, and you can have up to 6 points on your license and still drive a bus in Bristol. So I was like, worst case scenario, I've got my test booked in December. I am not failing my test. I refuse. Absolutely. There is no way on this earth that I am failing my test in December. Like, no way. So worst case scenario, this time next year, if anything ever happened, I could be driving a bus, and that's going to give me the skills and the confidence and the courage to get my own bus. Fantastic. So anyway, I was quite excited about that, because I thought you'd have to have a license for years and years and years, and apparently you don't. So that was really good. And then later that afternoon, I checked my emails, and the bank that I'm with, if you get pre-approved for like an overdraft, or which I've never taken, but if you get, like, I do have a credit card, like sometimes they will increase your limit and they'll just contact you and say blah blah blah. I got notified today that I've been pre-approved for a loan for quite a large sum of thousands of pounds. I'm not going to use it, but I was just like, maybe that's the universe's way of saying this. You're already forward thinking, you're already planning and prepping and thinking about your goals and thinking about your future, and as a thank you, we're going to send you this email that shows that if in the very near future, because I ideally want to save the money myself, if in the very near future a bus comes up or an opportunity comes up, here's X thousands of pounds sat in a pot ready for you to accept. And I was just like, thank you. It just took a huge weight off to know that money, if I ever need it, is sitting there. If I come across a bus that is absolutely too good to miss, I can, like that, just get hold of the money. And I was like, a bit overwhelmed with that, but like I said, I'm not going to use it, but it was interesting that happened at that time and today of all days. So that was something that I was really happy about, something I am grateful for. Do you know what? On my walk today, I walked past, there's a little restaurant in Hanham, and they had the front door and the back door open. And as I walked past the back door, it's quite, as you can tell, it's quite windy today. A gust of wind blew through, and the smell of the bar hit me. And when I grew up as a kid, my mum and dad were both self-employed. My mum used to have an antique shop, and then my dad used to do long distance driving, and he also had a cigarette vending machine business, even though he never smoked a cigarette in his life, which was weird. And then together they owned a bar called Sour Grapes in Ruislip in London. And obviously when the bar was closed, me and my sister and stuff would go and we'd play pool in the back, and we'd like play. We used to have arcade machines in the house at home and stuff that were always fiddled, so you could play them free and stuff. And I walked past then, the smell of the bar, even though I've worked in bars, I've been bar manager when I worked at Heroes Sports Bar and Diner in Milton Keynes, and I've managed bars and stuff like that. Just having that smell, and that instantly took me back to being a child, and being in the back room at mum and dad's bar, and playing on the pool table, and just a real flood of memories came back. And I don't know whether this is linked to the fact that I'm doing because I do struggle with kind of memory with my mental health issues and stuff. And I don't know whether, I've noticed this quite a lot recently, that I do seem to be getting a lot more memories linked to either tastes or smells, or I'll see something and it will really like bring back a memory. So I don't know whether this alternative therapy that I'm doing, which is going out, it's going really well. Definitely, although I'm going through a roller coaster of emotions, like the peak highs and peak lows don't seem to be as bad. I seem to be maintaining myself within kind of like a smaller space of kind of fluctuation of emotions, shall we say. But yeah, one thing I have noticed is quite vivid dreams and memories, and it was just weird how that smells. So I'm grateful. My gratitude today is for my body and the memories that it holds, good and bad, and my ability to smell, and how smell can, in that split second, just, my brain was flooded with, you know, so many happy memories, fun memories, and of a time when I had no cares or worries, and then since then I've obviously thought about Mum's bar, and I've kind of been able to explore that memory and remember other things, you know, linked to that bar. And I haven't thought about sour grapes in, I can't even remember when the last time I remembered the bar. But yeah, it's I'm pleased that I've got the ability to hold these memories, and yeah, I just need to make sure I manage days like today where my frustration has been quite high, and I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to make sure that when I'm in this frame of mind and I'm around people that I love and care about, and I'm having conversations with people face to face or on the phone, via text, voice messages, however it is, that I am not passing that frustration onto them, because I know I've done that in the past, and I think it's a lot easier to do it when it is someone you really care about as well, because, you know, I tend to be able to manage my negative emotions better at work, because I'm like, God, if I get frustrated or angry at work, then, you know, it's going to end up in a performance review. Whereas, you know, if you've got a friend and you snap at a friend, they're more likely to just say, are you okay, what's up? But I want to learn how to manage my emotions so I don't do that. So yeah, my evening is going to be spent maybe just looking into that a little bit more. I quite liked this memory thing. I think I might try and, through the week, maybe write down a few memories that come up, and maybe start doing an extra post, maybe just one journal entry a week. Maybe just create a new playlist and just talk about my memories, because, you know, it's actually made me feel quite nice to talk about that, and have that memory. And there's been memories that haven't been so great that, you know, I'm sure need talking about, and once they're out of your mouth and they're in the air, and they can, you know, they don't feel as big when they're just stuck in your head rattling around. So I think maybe I'm gonna think about doing that maybe once a week, just do that extra post. And yeah, but you're still as frustrated as you were today, and as annoyed and as really, if there's been any day I could have given up, surprisingly today's been it, and I haven't, and I need to be proud of that, and I need to remember that every single one of these journal entries is an opportunity for me to learn about myself and how to recognize these feelings, and appreciate that with every high, you can't appreciate the highs if you don't have the lows, and you can't appreciate the light if you don't have the dark. It's the whole yin yang thing. It has to be an equal balance. You have to experience all the things, because no one ever grows when things are going good. Things are just good, but it's in the darkness and those real frustrating times, and all those times when you struggle, that's when the main growth happens. I wouldn't be sat here now if I hadn't have been through what I've been through recently, and I'm finally becoming the best version of myself. It's someone that has been hidden for a long time, but she's ready to come out. And yeah, this little one. He's just running around the garden going crazy. He's been up on the bins, he's chasing flies. You right? But anyway, that's me done. Yeah. So Stacey, he's crazy. I love him. Stacey, frustration is going to happen. You've handled yourself with grace today. I'm proud of you. You are learning and recognizing and building the skills to ensure that you don't hold on to these negative feelings, and the fact that you have a character that allows you to not want to pass on these things to other people is, like the quote said, that is a credit to you. When you are frustrated, come back to this post and remember, you're going to have days when you're frustrated, you're not going to know why. Just think of all the things that you've got to be proud of. Keep going. It's another day. Worst case scenario, get 3 cold showers, go for an extra long walk, get into bed, have an early night, do whatever it needs to do. But you're doing this, and I'm proud of you. And you didn't give up today, and I know you really wanted to. So yeah, I'm gonna go and enjoy this beautiful sunshine and chase this little one around the garden for a little bit, because I think he needs to burn off some more energy. And yeah, I'm proud of you, and I love you. Truly starting to actually believe that now. It's taken some time, but yeah.